How well can you really know a president? It's a question people often ask about Joeseph R. Biden, the 46th President of the United States, and one of the longest-serving senators in American history. To many, Biden is simply a fixture of American politics, having represented Delaware from 1973 until 2009. To others, he's a political question mark, without any real clear views or consistent policies. And it's true that before becoming vice president under Barack Obama, Biden was not particularly well known outside of his home state. And with his bid for re-election fast approaching, it's time to get to know Mr. Biden a little bit better. No matter which side of the aisle you fall on, it's hard to deny that Joe Biden's journey is a tale of resilience, ambition, and a relentless pursuit of the American dream. Born in Scranton, Pennsylvania in 1942, Biden's youth was marked by economic struggle. His father, Joseph Sr., often struggled to find steady employment, despite being born into wealth. However, various business setbacks saw the family fall on hard times. They eventually relocated to Wilmington, Delaware, when Biden was 10, where they elevated themselves to the middle class. Young Joe also battled a debilitating stutter throughout his youth, something that keeps many children from socializing properly. However, his struggle with his speech actually shaped his determination and resilience, taking it upon himself to practice speaking at home, often memorizing speeches from books and movies. While he wasn't an exceptional student, he was a fair athlete and managed to become class president during both his junior and senior year of high school. This proved enough to get him into the University of Delaware in Newark, where he double majored in history and political science. During his time at the University of Delaware, Biden's life was not just about academics. He was known for his playful side, once getting probation for a prank involving a fire extinguisher. It was also during his college years that he met Nelia Hunter, his future wife, during a spring break trip to the Bahamas. The pair attended Syracuse University in the mid-1960s, where Biden earned a Juris Doctor from the College of Law. People who knew the future president at the time often remark that Biden's ambition was evident even then. When meeting Nelia's mother for the first time, he confidently expressed his intention to become president of the United States someday. He and Nelia married in 1966, and over the next few years, welcomed 3 children, Bo, Hunter, and Naomi. Biden was eventually drafted for Vietnam, but was disqualified due to asthma. However, this moment is also what pivoted Biden towards a life of public service. From a political perspective, young Biden was an enigma. He worked at a Wilmington law firm headed by prominent local Republican William Prickett, and voiced his dislike for Democratic Delaware Governor Charles L. Terry's conservative racial politics. However, he was also very critical of then-President Richard Nixon, a Republican, and turned down invitations to join the party. Biden didn't become an active Democrat until he worked as a public defender. During that time, he actively took on challenging cases that forced him to challenge his existing views and prejudices. Not long after, he was named to the Democratic Forum, a group attempting to reform the party in the state. His early foray into politics came when he ran for Newcastle County Council. Unfortunately, his support for public housing often made him the target of racist phone calls from white detractors. His next major political victory came in 1972, when he was elected to the United States Senate from Delaware. This election was a turning point in his life, not only professionally, but also personally, as he faced the tragic loss of his wife and daughter in a car accident shortly after the election. Demonstrating remarkable resilience, Biden was sworn into the Senate at his son's hospital bedside. He later remarried, but his personal life has been marked by tragedy ever since. As a senator, Biden made a mark with his work on foreign relations, criminal justice, and drug policy. He played a significant role in shaping U.S. foreign policy, particularly in the Balkans. His efforts in criminal justice, including the controversial 1994 crime bill, showed his commitment to addressing crime while also reflecting the complexities and evolving perspectives on crime legislation. Today, he receives a lot of flack from modern liberals over these policies and claims his opinions have shifted over time. Biden's first attempt at the presidency came in 1988, but it was short-lived due to controversies and health issues. He tried again in 2008, but eventually bowed out of the race. However, his political acumen and experience caught the attention of Barack Obama, who selected him as his vice presidential running mate. Biden's role as vice president from 2009 to 2017 was marked by his close working relationship with Obama and his involvement in significant policy decisions, including the Affordable Care Act and foreign policy initiatives. Biden announced his candidacy for the 2020 presidential election. His campaign was built on a message of unity, resilience, and experience, which seemed to resonate with voters who were growing tired of Donald Trump's divisive politics. Amid a global pandemic and a deeply polarized nation, Biden's steady and empathetic approach proved right. Despite the controversy surrounding the election, he eked out a narrow victory against Trump to become the 46th U.S. president. Despite his affability, Biden's presidency has been marked by harsh criticism from both sides. Amid efforts to tackle the COVID-19 pandemic, economic challenges, and the pursuit of a broad legislative agenda aimed at addressing climate change, infrastructure, and social equity, he's made a lot of enemies on both sides of the aisle. The fact that he's over the age of 80 has been another source of controversy for Biden, as has his son Hunter's potential shady dealings and struggles with drug addiction. Joe Biden's career is remarkable for its length, the breadth of issues tackled, and his unique ability to navigate personal and professional challenges. Whatever you think of his politics or his potential for re-election, it's hard to argue that President Biden has overcome a lot to get where he is today.